by rising Chaitra.
Help! Help! She shrieked, running behind the two-wheeler, gasping for breath. The road wore a deserted look, except for an old man treading it with a walking stick. He got alerted hearing her frantic cries. He quickly took the support of the wall and threw his walking stick at the two-wheeler approaching him. The two-wheeler screeched to a grinding halt, catapulting its rider and pillion onto the road. The passers-by quickly gathered and helped the girl get back her stolen purse and nabbed the culprits. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Help. This golden word carries a very profound meaning. It says, extending your services and resources to help a person fulfill his task. Now, can you recollect, when was the last time ever you have helped someone? Didn't you feel nice doing that? But have you ever thought that what you think is helping someone could sometimes ruin him or her? I did with one incident. Let me narrate it. One of my cousin's family was in financial crisis. My cousin is a very intelligent, hard-working girl and very good at studies. A girl as good as gold. Her parents were finding it very difficult to fund her education. So with an intent of helping her out, I started giving her small amounts of money anonymously as a well-wisher. When I narrated this to my dad, I thought he would extol my action. He would be as pleased as a punch, is what I thought. But his response made me go down like a lead balloon. He said, find out how the money you are giving is being used. To my horror, I found that my cousin had purchased a mobile with that money, and that was distracting her from her education. My father told me that if instead you had taught her how to use her skills in painting, singing, and embroidery to complement her life and make her self-sufficient, it would be of greater help to her. That was when I realized the first lesson, how to help a person. In my story that I narrated in the prologue, preventing the culprit from escaping was the best way the old man could help the little girl. And he did that. So friends, it also matters when you help a person. If the old man had reacted a little late, he would be of no help to the girl, right? Let me narrate another small story here. Lord Shiva and Parvati sat in their heavenly abode, watching the supreme creation of Brahma. Parvati was mighty impressed with an honest man who led a Spartan life. He had just enough to keep his body and soul together, yet he was blissful. Parvati wanted Shiva to help this man out at any cost, but Shiva said that it wasn't the correct time. But Parvati was too soft to leave the lovable creature in lurch. She decided to help him herself. She decided to bestow him with gold and started dropping gold coins in his path. At the drop of the hat, that man got a thought. How will it be if I were blind? What would transpire on a blind man as he walks a rough road? Thinking so, he closed his eyes and took the next few steps. That was when the gold coins poured by him without even him realizing it and went down the drain. That teaches us the second golden tenet, when to help a person. Now coming to whom to help. There was a lady who always used to give away special homemade food to a poor man as alms. But later, she realized that this man used to sell that food to poorer people and make money out of it. That teaches us as to whom to help. You you should be careful to judge whom to help. You should not help just anyone who seeks help, but who is genuinely in need of it, isn't it?
Yes.
But can you help someone when you yourself are in distress? Let me narrate another small story here. The Nazis during the Second World War were subjected to very difficult conditions. They were confined to boxcars and left without any food and blanket in the cold weather for days together. On one such day, it was deathly cold. A boy who was confined in the boxcar noticed an old man sitting beside him. He was shivering from head to toe, looking terrible. This boy hugged him, tried to provide him warmth. He kept rubbing his hands, feet, neck and face and begged on him to hang on. He kept doing that the whole night, only to save this old man. The next morning, as the sun's rays radiated some warmth into the boxcar, he was horrified by the sight that met his eyes. Everyone in the boxcar lay like wax statues. Deafening silence pierced through his ears. No one in the cabin had made through the night, except for two people. The boy who was providing warmth to the old man, and the old man who was being warmed by someone. So this shows us that when you help someone, you help yourself as well. But always remember to keep these three tenets in mind: how to help, when to help, and whom to help. Help is something that cannot be heaped or hoarded. It can only be passed on to create ripples of happiness. And that is exactly what we do at Toastmasters. Over to you, Toastmasters.